Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and welcome to the Rapid Fire Critique. This time it is a website edition, and we'll make it brought to you by Alan's Camera. Yes, Alan's Camera, that's where I get all my gear. They've got a ton of used, pro, new, used, old, Canon, Nikon, Pentax, whatever. They got it. Great pricing, beats or matches just about anybody out there that's reputable. So, David N. Walker Photography. David sent into the Rapid Fire Critique. He sent to FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com. So if you would like me to rapid fire critique your website or your 10 best photos, you can send it to that email address. So I thought it was a cool looking website. It kind of reminds me of Adam Lerner's site with the whole David N. Walker up there. Oops. And I do like Adam's site, so I kind of like this David's site right now. So let's look through it. Let's see what I like. Let's see where we can make corrections and things along that. So what I've noticed here is it's a side-scrolling website. I've seen a lot of these for a lot of what would you say, the agency-type websites. They seem to scroll sideways and things like that. So let's see. Is this Flash? Hey, this photo is copyright, David. Ooh, look at this. You can actually click and drag. Is a website, being that I don't know much about web building, page source. Let's see what this is. Is this Flash? Is this something else? I don't know this stuff. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking at. But anyway, let's go into it. I like that you can sit here and scroll, well, try to grab and scroll. It doesn't really seem to be working that well. I've seen some of the websites that have the bar down at the bottom where if you slide your finger across the mouse, then it moves across. I like that. So, these indicators are pretty easy to use. You want to go to the right, you go like this. And I like some of these photos. Let's go back to this. I like the tone and the color on this. Really cool setup. The only thing I see is there's a little more room left on this side than this side. So in the future, just try to watch out that you're going to line this up so it's a symmetric image. So it's even on the left and even on the right. But other than that, the tone is cool, and I like the scene. He seems to have a very nice little style going for him. A nice way of editing, nice tones coming out. I don't know what camera he's using. Maybe that's under the Biography, so we'll get to that in a second. Nice boat picture, except that kind of looks a little mosaic, like something's going on. What happens if I click on it? If I click on it, it moves. Very interesting. Here's something that I'll say is that this picture is very similar to this picture. I would pick one or the other and not put both in there, especially for a portfolio, because they're so similar. When there's one after another, you want to keep them different so that you're not showing the same thing. Because I thought it was the same picture at first, but it's not. It's two different images, because you can see that the boardwalk is longer over here. I probably would go with this color, this muted color one over the black one. I would just yank the black one and be done with it. Very thick black and white right there. Not loving that scene too much. It's kind of hard to, I see that it's the ocean and things like that, but there's not much going on in the image. So that's just my honest opinion on that. We've got the trees, and we've got a very, come on, move. We have a very thick sky here. Very thick on the processing, but if that's his style and his way of doing things, then go for it. We know that the boat looks to be like an HDR type thing. I'm not a big fan of this. I think his other processing seems to be a little better. If you were to do this type of processing on the boat, it wouldn't look like, hey, we dodged the boat and it's glowing out of the background. So try to let the image speak for itself as much as possible. That is a very, very contrasty Ansel Adams-ish type image. Pretty cool. And that takes us up to, it doesn't take us up to the last one. I'm clicking, and it's not moving. Oh, because now we're at the last one. So that's cool. Let's go up to Biography and see what we got. My name is David N. Walker, a 17-year-old freelance photographer based out of New Jersey. I have a passion for photography and a desire to create. I've made it my life's goal to lead a creative lifestyle each and every day, whether it be walking the streets of New York City with a single lens, capturing the sunrise over the ocean, or shooting in the studio. I am eager to create. I'm constantly experimenting with different styles and techniques of photography. I love using light creatively, and it is a huge part of my style as a photographer.
In my portraits and landscapes, having interesting light is everything. I try not to limit myself to in the types of photography I do. Landscapes, portraits, and street photography will always be a large part of my work, but I enjoy shooting just about every other type of photography. My work can be seen all around New Jersey in exhibition in local art galleries such as the Rebirth and Asbury Park Art Gallery, Beirut, New Jersey. My work won't be in numerous... Wow, I need to stop reading. Okay, first things first up here. There is no reason to say that you're a 17-year-old photographer. It doesn't need to be there. So get that out of there. You're a photographer. Your work speaks for yourself, whether you're 4 years old, 40 years old, or 98 years old. It doesn't matter how old you are. They shouldn't be hiring you based on your age. They should be hiring you based on the type of work that you do. So everything else you said in there is good. When you're doing your... Yeah, I see what you did here. You've got land and sea, you have portrait, you have urban. So you hit the things that you like to focus in on, but you're also leaving it open that you do other things, which isn't a bad thing at all. But definitely get rid of that 17-year-old thing because you don't need it. Art doesn't matter how old you are. I'd hire you based off of the type of work that you do, not on the fact that you're 17. You don't need to advertise that. They'll meet you, they'll see you, but it comes down to, you know what, do you like my work? Then hire me. My age doesn't matter. I'll get the shot, I'll do my job, you'll be happy, and if you're not happy, then I'll make you happy some way, one way or another. So that's what I have to say about that part of it. Let's look at the contact page here. So we've got the info here. You can also send messages here. You can go to his Facebook. You've got Twitter, Google+, Flickr. All right, so you've got a whole bunch of different ways to contact him, which is good, so you can see other types of work. You just want to be careful when you've got other types of sites like your Facebook, that if you're mixing personal and business, that some people may look at that and go, oh, I don't like the way that he's wearing underpants on his head one day, being a superhero, the super underpants hero guy. Yeah. Portraits. Let's just blow right through these. We've got portraits here. He has a nice style for lighting, which is cool. Recommendation here is try not to cut off the hand right here at the wrist. That's something that's very painful. Same thing up top. Try not to cut off the head and the hat. This is something you could take a step back, recompose, and make sure you have the hand in there, because I think the hand is important here that's resting, and the top of the hat with a little bit of room would be better as well. So let's go on to the next one. We'll keep going. Same thing here. I don't mind the hat being cut off as much, but the fingers and the hands being cut off definitely hurt. So we've got some interesting toning done here. Not bad. Very shiny legs. But this is I see it. The toe is cut off. So in this case, if you shifted to the left a little bit, cut the tree about here, you would have left enough room for her feet not to be cut off. I like the blown out. I hope that is natural in the background and not something that's done digitally. But the focus, now that I see this other one, let me go back. Now that I see this, I would like to see the focus more on her opposed to being on the tree. The tree is kind of like taking away from her. Ooh, and the foot is cut off again. Simple things. It's just little composition stuff that's going to take your work to the next level, because this is good stuff already. I like the shots. I like your style. It's very stylistic, meaning it fits into a mold that you've created. Your portraits and everything play into that. I can see it from your portraits to your landscapes. You have your style of editing, and that's really important for everybody out there to look at, is to see what your style is. Don't try to be like somebody else. It's okay to emulate and practice and try different photography things, but find what works for you and set out to be your own photographer. Now, you're not going to most likely do something that's totally never been done before, because everything has almost been done before, and it's just a matter of, the only thing that hasn't been done before is you haven't walked on Mars. That hasn't been done before, and very few people have walked on the moon. So I'm not a big fan, I'm going to rant for a second, of people saying they are the first to do something, especially in this day and age. You're not the first to do certain things unless you're the first to walk on Mars. Unless we've already walked on Mars, but I don't know if we have or we haven't, because you never know. But yeah, don't say the first. I'd rather be like, yeah, I'm like the second. Or it's like that whole thing with the exclusives. Channel 6 Action News was the exclusive person here. It's like, who cares? Just say report the news and stop trying to one-up each other and just report the damn news better. All right. Oh, I like that portrait over here with this bike. It's cute. Again, I think, cutting the tire off hurts it a little bit. Pull back just a little bit on that, and it will be better going. And the next portrait, same thing, the finger. Cutting off the finger, take that step back, recompose, make sure you get that in there, and you're good to go. Nice light coming up on this next one. This girl's a little happy. Same thing here. Either come in much tighter up to here and do a nice frame, or even up here, a tight headshot, like you did on this. This is great. I like the light on this. I like the feel of this. It's just when you cut off a wrist right here, it becomes really painful. Very nice. Nice eyes. This girl's, I bet you she's an athlete. She looks like she plays sports. Nice light on that. Come on, move. Move. Go to the last one. And I don't like that I can't move this image all the way to the middle and the rest. But hey, it's a nice shot. It's nicely done. We'll quickly go through urban. I haven't looked at the urban ones yet. New York, New York, New York. Anyway, very nice. Like that. Especially with the boats in the background. This is, it could have a lot of feeling for a lot of people. This could be where people came to the United States. They came to America in the 1800s. Nice shot, nice tones. I love the tones that you're getting. This next shot, let me get over to it, is really, really nice. I love that you use a very, very long depth of field, a higher number, an f22 or f16 or 11 or something like that, to give us more depth. You can see what's going on all the way out to whatever that is all the way out to. Nice tone on the black and white. Now we're here at the Wall Street. Enter. I like that you can see Wall Street here, Wall Street Station. Again, interesting types of processing. I like it. What I think on this shot is if this one was done with less depth of field, so if this was shot at 1.8 or 2.8 or something like that, and maybe focused right here on the Wall Street Station, you would have blown out some of this background stuff, and it would have given it just a little bit more oomph, because I think what takes away from this photo is how in focus it is. What else do we have here? Park icon, that's nice. People crossing the streets, always nice. This is very nice. Nice angle. I like how we have the, you can't control the flags when they're blowing, so I can't rip on you. I can't rip on somebody for something that is out of your control. Nice colors again. Very interesting tones. I love stuff like this at the different windows of the different cars or the trucks or the restaurants. I love the food trucks. So yeah, I like the tones. It's just interesting. I want to know more about these tones. Not a big fan of the umbrella one. Excuse me. This is very nice of the terminal here. I like the movement of the people. It shows that there's motion going on, because this is nonstop. There's always people walking around here. I've walked through there myself. I like that vertical shot. It's a little tough to see. This guy's got really broad shoulders. This shot doesn't do it for me as much. All right, keep going. Keep going, keep going, and that's about it. So we've gone to the contact page. We've gone to the biography page. This is a very clean website. What I think would be also nice is if there was a front page. Maybe something on the very front that was just a scroll of some of the best of your best work or what you do. Or maybe visually these three boxes, they could select from those three to say, all right, I want to see landscape. All right, I want to see portrait. All right, I want to see urban. So if you had three boxes in a triangle somehow up front, if you could, then I would love to see that, because then people can choose where they want to go instead of being thrown right into land and sea pictures. Maybe they want to pick what they want to pick. So even if you did, three different ones, your contact, your biography, and information is all there. I like it. So it's great. I think this is a great website, regardless of the fact if you're 17 or 70. I've seen guys with not great websites. That could be the best photographers in the world, but this is a great site. I really like how clean it is. It's nice and simple. It's easy to use. You picked the right amount of images. You didn't kill me with too many, and your style is coming through, Dave. So nice job. Anybody, if you'd like me to critique your website or your 10 photos, you can send them to FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com. So there we go. That's another rapid-fire critique brought to you this time by Alan's Camera. And this is a rapid-fire critique of a website, Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya!